Hello again. A couple of weeks ago, I was asked to give a talk at Bethlehem High School to their social justice classes, and I had an opportunity to talk about an issue that's personal to me, and that is the death penalty. I had a friend, Frank Tammy, who I went to grade school and high school with, who was convicted of a crime that we always believed he did not commit, and he said he did not, but he ended up on death row for quite a number of years until he died of hepatitis C. We were not able to actually get him free. And so it caused me, though, to get very interested in the issue of the death penalty and to work with groups to try to overcome it here in Kentucky. There are 18 states in the United States that have eliminated the death penalty. Unfortunately, Kentucky is not one of those. As we began the class, I asked the students to close their eyes, and then I took a survey. How many were opposed to the death penalty? About half the class put up their hands. Then I asked how many were for the death penalty. About a quarter of the class responded that way. And then I asked how many were uncertain. And again, about a quarter said they were not sure yet. So then I asked them to open their eyes. I didn't tell them the results of the survey, but I told them that I thought what was happening in the United States was sort of like the process of phototropism, which they all kind of looked blank on, but I reminded them it is the process where a plant slowly moves towards the light. And that slow movement seems to be happening in America, where people are seeing that the death penalty does no good. It does not deter crime. In fact, the states that have gotten rid of the death penalty have lower murder rates than states that still have it. And many other statistics that point to a need for change. And I asked them just to be open and to think about it, and it may be their generation that ends up making the change. A few weeks ago, we were honored to have Sister Helen Prégine, who has written 2 books about the death penalty, and she herself had accompanied 2 gentlemen who were executed, and she strongly believed, along with many others, that they were not guilty of the crime. Her book's entitled Death of Innocence, and she certainly has been an inspiration to many to work against the death penalty. And so I hope you have a chance to pick it up and read it. I purchased a copy of it, and I look forward to reading the rest of it myself. I had breakfast with Father David Coxon, who was here at St. Michael's with us for several months, and he's doing very well in Bardstown. Then he gave me directions on how to get to Fairfield. I'd always heard that my great-grandfather was buried in Fairfield, and I had an opportunity to go and find his grave and many other relatives that are buried there. It was really kind of a moving experience to be able to be at the place where some of my ancestors came from Maryland because of the lack of justice that was happening in Maryland towards Catholics. They came here and settled, and I had an opportunity to visit some of them. It reminded me of why the church says we need to bury the remains, even if it's cremation, and then place a marker. People 100 years from now have an opportunity then to do what I did, and that is to discover some of your relatives. But it was ironic, I thought, at the end of the day, that it was a call to come and talk to a social justice class, and then I came to meet some of my relatives at the gravesite who moved here because of the lack of social justice. So may we all work for justice and trust that the Lord will guide us in that way. God bless you. Have a great week.